Swae Lee and Post Malone's Sunflower. I just came in here maybe a month or two ago, Corey. And if you can remember, I said Post Malone and Swae Lee's Sunflower needs to go down in the book of greatest songs of all time. You remember when I said that? If we need, I was like, if there's a top 10 or a top whatever for greatest songs in music history, Sunflower by Swae Lee and Post Malone belongs there.
Yeah, I think I remember that conversation.
And it does.
Absolutely.
And the numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Facts. But no, 17 times platinum now.
This is now 17 times platinum. The most RIAA certified song in history.
In history, dude.
In the next 5 years, that track is headed towards double diamond. Listen to that.
I was about to say, that's crazy.
Double diamond.
Never been said, never been done.
Charlamagne is punching the air right now over this shit about Post Malone. Only because I'm in this music field, I'm in this hip hop game field that is so amazing. Like, not amazing even in the good way. Congrats. Yes, that too, but truly amazed, like you're looking up at a shooting star. Double diamond don't happen.
Never happened.
It's never happened before.
All right.
They scratching double diamond right now. Like they're reaching it. Like if this is a birth, you can see the baby's head.
Now, that's pretty amazing when you think about it, because that you can argue that in any conversation as the greatest song of all time, like ever. You know that if niggas want to argue, it's sold 17.
The thing about it is, if somebody wants to say that, you can't even argue
exactly.
it. It's not even arguable.
That's my point. Exactly. It's like that, man. But just shout out to Post Malone. Shout out to Swae Lee. So I did watch an interview of Post Malone. He got stopped by TMZ, but they asked him, how do you feel about this accomplishment, man? And he really gave a shout out to Swae Lee and gave credit to how much Swae Lee really put into this song. He was like, as far as writing, actually putting the song together, like Swae was actually more hands-on than Post ended up being, They worked on the song together, obviously, but he was like, nah, Swae Lee really brought this song to life. So I just appreciated that, man. Like, niggas still grateful, still humble. When you have the greatest song, possibly arguably one of the greatest songs ever of all time.
I think it's most important that he did that for Swae Lee, because Swae Lee's been not begging. And I don't even want to make it seem like that on his part, so I use the wrong verbiage. He's been dying for his musical expertise to be recognized in the music game. If you can remember, there were a few tracks on Astro World. I think even Sicko Mode or The Party Never Ends.
Yep, that's Swae Lee.
He didn't get song credit in Sicko Mode or whichever one that he was. What was the song with Nav? Ice in my thing, spaghetti.
What is it?
Yosemite.
Yosemite.
I believe it was Yosemite that he might have been on too. Either that or it was Sicko Mode. That when you hear about it, it's Travis featuring Drake or it's Travis featuring this. You never hear Swae Lee's contribution documented or see Swae Lee's contribution documented on Astroworld, what we consider one of the best albums of the latter part of the 2010s. I saw him get mad over this and certain other artists that I can't really remember right now off the top of my head, over just not getting his credit over writing, or I thought of that hook, or I made your melody, or that chorus is mine. Swae is one of those Young Thug type of niggas and doesn't get the credit.
No, for sure. He does definitely quarterback a lot of shit, has been for years. Because I even remember he was going to release a solo project or album and didn't, right? Am I correct?
I believe this was meant to come out at the beginning of 2020. COVID ruined all of that.
Okay. And then I remember a little stint where didn't somebody like steal his laptop or hard drive
Yes.
or something?
I think that had something else to do with it. His entire hard drive with his album on it got stolen. That might have been what it was, Corey.
Okay.
His entire album got stolen.
Okay.
That is the worst, and I don't think he got it back.
Yeah, obviously not.
You got to make copies.
Nah, niggas be on one drive.
Yeah, but
handy dandy drive.
Yeah, but then you fuck around and leave it at an airport, and
or your cousin steals it and never wants to give it back. Charges you thousands for
I was gonna
it.
say now you got to pay him $250,000 just to get it from him.
You feel me?
Real friends.
Hey,
Was that about somebody? Head ass.
had to be.
We support the Jewish community. Moving on. Moving on. Do you want to stay in Swae Lee, Post Malone? Do we have more for that?
Nah, that's it.
All right, let's get past that too.